Alright everybody, today we are going to be doing a quick unboxing of a Vallon VMC1 military metal detector. I've had my eye on these for a while on eBay, but they're usually pretty expensive, around $500 or $600, and they're usually pretty beat up surplus machines. This one was listed for around $300 as a buy it now, so I went ahead and snagged it up. And this one was listed as barely used. It was used only for training purposes. So it should be in really good shape, and just by looking in the bag already I can tell it looks like it hasn't even been touched. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the bag today, and we'll kind of go over sort of the high-level features. So pulling it out now, it comes with a really nice military bag here. It's in perfect shape. It doesn't look like it's ever even been used. So we'll go ahead and open this main pouch here. And in the main pouch we have the detector itself, which is surprisingly tiny. One of the reasons that I've been interested in this for a while now is I do a decent amount of traveling for work. I have a bunch of other machines, but I do a decent amount of traveling for work up and down the East Coast near the beach. So I thought it would be interesting to be able to bring a metal detector with me. I don't usually bring a machine because I don't like to have to check bags. And this is obviously small enough that it could be considered a personal item, something that you could just slip under the seat. So I just thought it was a cool find, especially in this shape. So before we kind of unpack the detector itself, let's see what else is in here. Got some documentation, it looks like. So we've got a quick field reference guide. Looks like the certification was done in 2012, so it is an older machine. And 2 copies of the instruction manual. What else do we have in here? It's like a couple of copies of a quick guide to all of the parts as well. And this is supposedly kind of a probe that you can use once you locate, because this is a military PI detector that's used for mine detecting. This is a probe that you can actually stick into the ground, I guess, to determine if there is an object there. I don't know that that's how I would approach it, and I don't know that I'm going to use that, but it's kind of cool that everything is included in this package. That looks like everything that's in the main compartment. Open up these pouches on the outside. I think this is going to go ahead and be the... Yep, this is the headset. So it's got a little speaker. This is a test source, I believe. Yep, this is a test source to make sure that the machine is working properly. So all that's in that pocket. Side pocket over here. Looks like a AC adapter for car charger for the batteries. And the batteries are just C-cell batteries, but as it was listed on the eBay listing, it comes with a recharger. So that's awesome. And there's the AC plug for the wall. Got a couple other auxiliary pouches on both sides, but I don't think there's anything in here. These look like they could be extra pouches for batteries, perhaps. So that's the contents of the bag, which is, again, it's really nice. It's in basically perfect condition. It doesn't smell or anything. So that's awesome. So getting to the machine itself, like I mentioned, this is a PI machine, and from everything that I've read, and there's not a ton out there because these are pretty new to, I guess, kind of the surplus market. This is a really, really deep machine, and it's got settings for mineralized ground, normal ground, so it can handle a lot of those tough situations. Like I said, I intend to use it on the beach, so should be ideal for that. So just unfolding the coil here. This is the armrest. That whole piece pops out. Here's your handle. And it does have a pinpoint button and function on it. And this is supposedly also waterproof up to 6 feet, I believe they said. And then we just pop these little latches open, and the machine extends. So that's really nifty. It's super easy to take apart and put back together. I think this will be something awesome to mess around with. I'll actually be going to the beach here in North Carolina in a couple of weeks. So I'm anxious to try this out on the beach. I'll have it with my other machines, so I might, if I have some time, do some testing against like the Sea Hunter. My Sea Hunter's the other PI machine I have. I've got a Myline Sovereign, CTX, Equinox. So we'll be able to kind of put this through its paces. I also have the Excalibur too. So depending on how many machines I plan on packing, we can probably do some comparisons against some of my other machines. So to turn it on, I don't have batteries in it right now, but to turn it on, you've got an on switch, you've got normal ground, mineralized ground, and I believe this is just the volume control setting. And then the controls, I'm actually going to collapse this back so it's a little bit easier so you can see everything. The controls, I'll have to read the manual. Fold that down so you can see. So we've got plus and minuses. The manual is pretty lengthy, so I think I'm going to have a little bit of a learning curve right here, especially to try and figure out how to sort of adapt it to the way that I want to use it. But it's a really cool machine. Like I said, it really doesn't look like it's ever been used. There's not even any scratches on the bottom. It doesn't have a coil cover, but there's a few. There's a tiny little surface scratches, but other than that, it's in basically new condition. So I'll fold it back up. Again, it goes together really, really simply. And just as a comparison, I'm not a huge guy, but I mean, it's pretty much the size of 2 hands. So that's something that I could easily bring on the plane. I'm sure I'll get some funny looks when I try and take this, well, when I do take this through TSA. But really cool, I'm excited. I had a hard time believing for the price that I could get a machine like this in this good a condition. So we'll try and do some tests. Hopefully I can get to learn the machine a little bit before we go out to the beach, and we'll catch you back out there. Thanks guys, have a good day.